The soft sound of the ocean waves kissed the sandy shore of Placencia in Belize. The sun was just rising, painting the sky in shades of orange, pink, and gold. Rita sat on the edge of the dock, her feet dangling in the cool, clear water. The breeze, warm and gentle, carried the scent of salt and flowers, whispering secrets only the sea knew. Rita loved mornings like this. They made her feel alive. As a painter, she found endless inspiration in the beauty around her. But today felt different. The breeze seemed to hum a tune, one she couldn't quite place. It tickled her ears and made her heart race, as if it knew something she didn't. Rita had left behind a life that had begun to feel stifling. Back home, her days were consumed by gallery deadlines and commissions that drained her creativity. The vibrant passion she once felt for painting had dulled into routine. Adding to her stress, her long-term relationship had ended abruptly when her partner, unable to understand her need for creative freedom, accused her of being selfish. The breakup left her questioning everything, her choices, her art, and even her ability to find happiness. Maybe I've been running on empty for too long, Rita thought, staring out at the endless horizon. The decision to come to Placencia had been impulsive. She'd seen a postcard of the village in a travel shop window, its picturesque beaches and colorful houses promising an escape from the chaos of her life. Now, sitting here with the breeze on her skin and the soft rhythm of the waves in her ears, she felt a flicker of hope. Maybe this was the place where she could start over. "Hey, you dropped this," a deep voice said behind her. Startled, Rita turned to see a tall man holding her sketchbook. His skin glowed under the morning sun, and his eyes were as bright as the sea. He wore a loose white shirt, the sleeves rolled up to his elbows, and a wide-brimmed hat shaded his face. Leo chuckled. "It's a magical place. The sea has a way of healing. Let me show you something." Leo had always felt a connection to the sea. Growing up in Placencia, he had spent his childhood exploring its beaches and diving into its turquoise waters. His father, a fisherman, had taught him everything about the ocean, how to read the waves, predict the weather, and respect its immense power. His mother, a storyteller, would weave tales about the sea's magic, saying it was alive and held the memories of everyone who ever loved it. The hidden cove he shared with Rita had been his sanctuary since he was a boy. It was where he'd go to escape the pressures of adulthood, the weight of running the family fishing business after his father's passing, and the heartbreak of losing someone he had loved deeply. Years earlier, he had been engaged to a woman named Anna. They had dreams of building a life together in Placencia, but she had left for a job opportunity abroad, promising to return. She never did. The cove became the place where he found solace, a quiet reminder of love and loss, and the healing power of time. Before Rita could answer, Leo held out his hand. She hesitated for a moment, then placed her hand in his. Together, they walked along the beach, their footprints marking the soft sand. The breeze played with Rita's curls, and she felt lighter than she had in months. Leo led her to the hidden cove surrounded by tall palms and colorful hibiscus flowers. The water was so clear it looked like glass, and tiny fish darted in the shallows. But there was something more, an almost tangible energy that seemed to hum through the air. "This is beautiful," Rita said, her voice full of wonder. "Not many people know about it," Leo said. "I come here when I need to think. It's my special spot." "There's something about this place," Rita said. closing her eyes and feeling the breeze. It's like it's alive, Leo smiled. The elders in the village say the cove listens. If you sit quietly enough, it'll tell you secrets. Some believe it's a meeting place for the spirits of the sea. As Rita began to sketch, the breeze picked up, swirling gently around her. It seemed to carry whispers, faint and melodic. She paused, listening intently, as though the cove itself was encouraging her hand. When she looked at her sketchbook, her lines were fluid, more inspired than she had ever felt before. Over time, Rita and Leo began to notice the subtle ways Placencia seemed to guide them. The breeze that tugged them toward new discoveries, the shimmer of the water at just the right moment, or the soft rustling of palms that seemed to whisper encouragement during difficult times. To the villagers, this wasn't unusual. Placencia had always been a place of quiet magic, where nature and destiny intertwined. When Rita returned to Placencia after her New York exhibition, it was as though the village itself welcomed her back. The cove felt even more vibrant, its energy stronger, as though it recognized her as one of its own. Leo often joked that the sea had chosen her. "It brought you here, didn't it?" he'd say with a grin. Together, they incorporated the mystique of Placencia into their work. Rita's paintings began to include faint, dreamlike elements, a translucent figure walking along the reef, glowing lights dancing in the palms. Visitors to her studio often remarked on the otherworldly quality of her art, saying it felt as though the island itself had come to life on her canvas. Leo's eco-tours took on a similar air. He'd tell guests about the legends of the reef, of the protective spirit said to dwell there. On some nights, when the moon was full and the water glowed with bioluminescence, even the most skeptical visitors left with a sense of awe, convinced that Placencia held more than met the eye. Placencia had grown, but it hadn't lost its charm. Rita and Leo's ventures had flourished alongside the community. The beachfront studio had become a renowned gallery and creative space, attracting visitors from all over the world. Local children, many of whom had first picked up a brush in Rita's workshops, now displayed their own art in a section dedicated to young talent. Leo's eco-tour business had expanded too, with a fleet of small, eco-friendly boats and a team of guides he had personally trained. His tours now included educational programs about marine conservation, a cause he and Rita championed together. Many who joined his tours spoke of the strange, unexplainable calm they felt while out on the water, as though the sea itself embraced them. On a breezy evening, Rita and Leo hosted an anniversary celebration at the gallery. The walls were adorned with pieces that told the story of their life together. The cove that had brought them peace, the reef that had inspired awe, and the people of Placencia who had become their family. As they mingled with friends, neighbors, and visitors, a familiar voice interrupted the moment. Samuel, now a young man and one of the gallery's most celebrated artists, raised a glass. "To Rita and Leo," he said, his voice steady and heartfelt, "for showing us all that love, creativity, and community can build a legacy." The crowd cheered, and Rita felt her heart swell as she looked at Leo. "We've come a long way," she whispered. Leo smiled, taking her hand, "and it's only the beginning." As the celebration continued, the breeze picked up once more, carrying with it the faintest whisper of laughter and song, as though Placencia itself was celebrating alongside them. Life's most profound connections often come when we listen to the quiet whispers of our hearts and surroundings. Just as Rita and Leo discovered in Placencia, following your passions, Embracing community and respecting the magic of nature can lead to a life filled with purpose and love. The sea, like life itself, holds mysteries that reveal themselves only to those who are open to its wisdom. This is the conclusion of Whispers of the Caribbean Breeze. If you enjoyed this story, give it a thumbs up. Comment so that I can know your thoughts. Share it with others. And subscribe to my channel. Ready for more tales of love and destiny? Let the rhythm of the waves and the allure of tropical nights sweep you away. Explore more enchanting Caribbean romance stories that will leave you longing for sunsets and second chances. This is Irene Pandy Slusher saying don't stress, but as we say in Belize, go slow.